Hello, everyone. This is Will.
This is Alex.
Welcome back to another episode of They Mostly Come Out at Night.
Mostly.
You know, I just wish this movie hadn't have come out at all. Just, someone wouldn't have birthed Uwe Boll.
I wish none of these movies had come out.
I keep thinking to myself, maybe there'll be, one that, we actually enjoy. Maybe.
No.
And it never happens. In fact, some of them have gone worse, and, this one isn't worse.
It's not as bad as... Here's what I'll say. This is the only compliment I can give it, because this is the only thing on my mind. It's not as bad as In the Name of the King, Two Worlds.
No.
It's not as bad as fucking... Oh my god, I'm blanking. As Blood Rain Third Reich. It's not as bad as those, but...
What about Blood Rain Deliverance?
I also totally forgot that we still have to watch In the Name of the King 3.
Oh, so we have 3 more movies.
So we have 3 more. Fucking...
God damn it.
Hell!
Fuck!
Okay.
Okay, we keep thinking it's 2.
But it's not! It's 3!
It's fucking 3. God damn it.
It's not as bad as those. But... This sucks.
Anything this man makes sucks. He is incapable of making anything even remotely entertaining.
Because what you have here is... The movie's called Suddenly. You have a remake of a 50s Frank Sinatra movie that, isn't particularly, acclaimed or anything. It just...
Now, have you seen... You haven't seen the old one, right? It's okay.
I'm sure... Here's the thing. Well, I'm sure it's fine.
It's better than whatever this is.
But Uwe Boll was like, I'm gonna remake this. This is my next fucking project, and...
Well, what's weird is, he couldn't let it go, right? So he's like, I have all these, video game remakes under my belt, right?
But no one's giving him the rights anymore.
What do I do next? No one's giving me the rights. And then someone was like, hey, have you seen this movie Suddenly? And these, it's with Frank Sinatra, and they try and kill the president. It's really cool. And he's thinking of his, next draft for his next Rampage movie. So he's like, you know what? We're gonna do
killing the president.
We're gonna do a soft, a
test run.
A test run to see if I'm still got it with the fucking Rampage movies and the political bullshit dramas.
To see if
I still have that prowess.
If I still have the genius philosophy inside me.
He's like, okay, so check the rights on Suddenly.
And they're gone. It's public domain now.
It's 54, so public domain. No one talks about it. It's not like The Manchurian Candidate. It's not like a popular Frank Sinatra film. So, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. It's politically charged. It's, I can get...
Maybe he wanted... maybe his dream was to remake The Manchurian Candidate.
And this is all I could get?
But he couldn't.
Well, because they already remade the Manchurian.
Well, number one, they remade it. Number two, Manchurian Candidate's not public domain. So, fuck that. And then he was just he was looking through Frank Sinatra's IMDb and saw this.
Or maybe one of his crew is a really big fan of Frank Sinatra and was like, you know what'd be cool?
He's got all of his movies. Well,
you know what'd be cool? You should do Suddenly. And everyone's
watch this movie.
And everyone's like, what's Suddenly?
And Uwe Boll's like, oh, this is gonna be better. It's gonna be better than the old one.
Okay.
It's not gonna feel like a Hallmark movie at all.
No, and the camera work is not gonna be the worst it's ever been.
It's not just gonna be shaky cam, no tripods ever. It's not
What's weird
boring.
Is he's followed a new trend in this movie, and it's really weird. There'll be these close-ups, right? But it'll be from afar away, and then just lazily quickly zoom in. But it's not smooth. It's not a slow zoom in. It's a quick they accidentally slipped on the fucking zoom.
I think that's his idea of
It only happens twice, but it's very noticeable.
It's his idea of emphasizing I don't know, intense.
Well, we're also back to the Uwe Boll that doesn't fucking care if people are breathing while supposed to be dead on camera.
Yeah, at some point I just stopped looking. But the first 2 deaths, which I assure you, Savor them. Savor these
Like
deaths.
the only 2 deaths in the movie. Well, there's 3 in the movie, but
4.
am I missing someone?
There's idiot at the beginning. There's the fucking grandpa.
Then the bad guy, right?
There's the guy who gets roasted. It's actually 5. There's the guy who gets
Oh,
betrayed.
okay. Yeah,
And then
you're
there's
right.
Sniper Man.
Yeah.
Terminator.
Yeah.
There's 5. The first, those last 3 take place in like the last 15 minutes. Okay, the first 2, we'll get to it.
And we're taking our time because again, there's not a lot here.
I don't have anything to say about this movie.
It's so simple. Like I don't have any like afterthoughts really. It's just a stupid throwaway movie where he tried. Once again, he had no original ideas, and he tried to take a thing that was already established, and already had like a decent storyline and whatever. It's been fleshed out.
But he added his own stupid
he just
like
had
twist.
to add his own flair to it. His own fucking shitty flair.
He had to add his stupid soapbox
You know
to
what,
it.
Uwe Boll? Fuck your flair. Like, fuck your
No one-
goddamn incompetent filmmaking flair.
Dude, no one needs this. Oh my god. Let's fucking let's just do it.
All right. So it starts with the just images of a town. This is the town we're supposed to be in. Of suddenly,
It's the opening credits.
and it's just fucking just basic ass font,
Windows Movie Maker fonts.
just pasted over the fucking thing.
And we get Ray Liotta in a bar, drunk,
They're playing a card game.
and
All
he's betting
drunk,
all of his money, and he loses.
and he tries to get people to like vouch for him and everything, and then gets in a fight with one of the guys.
And then it's just end scene, and we get a fucking kid running through the woods.
And he, oh, you know what? They never went back to this either.
I told you.
Yeah,
I fucking told you.
There was no point to this.
It's a kid running through the woods, and he throws a, like, cherry bomb.
It's like a cherry bomb,
like a
or
fire- like
like a
basically-
firecracker, basically.
He throws a firecracker at a car, and the guy's like, I know it's you, I'll get you. And then he goes and, like, runs some more and opens up, like, this little treasure trove he has in the woods.
Yeah, and it's like an ammo box full of like just goodies, and there's like another cherry bomb
Yeah.
in there. So it's like, you know, in typical film fashion, you're showing this because
It's going to come into
it's
play.
gonna come into play later in the movie. Because why else would you show it?
Why else would you have this in the movie unless it's going to come into play later?
Why would you specifically show a cherry bomb that is intended to blow shit up? Why would you specifically
A
show
box
it?
of goodies, Will.
It's a box of just torture devices that this kid has in the woods.
Yeah.
And you would think maybe
There's
they're
a
gonna
point
go
to
back.
this?
Yeah. Like they even like he has this like secret hiding spot. They make it like well known that he is kept this very well hidden. So it's like, oh, he's gonna use it against the bad guys later.
If only, but no.
But this is Uwe Boll we're dealing with, okay?
What is the point of this? Nothing.
So the kid is missing, I guess. And
He's ditching school.
Yeah.
Is what they're implying.
So
We also get
the mom gets.
We get a quick the first death. Remember?
Oh yeah,
It's just these guys, like there's a guy pissing in the woods,
and then another guy walks behind him and just chokes him to death.
and then that's it. But the guy who's dead keeps blinking.
Yeah, they don't show his stomach because it would probably be going up and down.
But you see his face.
But he's like he's blinking clearly.
And it's okay, great.
So, fucking Ray Liotta finally runs into the kid, and the kid says they're being invaded because he heard a helicopter above, and I guess just instantly jumps to the conclusion that they're getting fucking invaded, like it's fucking Red Dawn or something like that.
And he's like, chill the fuck out. And he tells the kid to go back home. And there's his mom. So he lives with his mom and their grandpa, I guess.
And the grandpa likes Ray Liotta's character, and like the mom and Ray Liotta's character has like this tension going on. Because apparently they dated and some weird shit went. We don't know exactly what happened right now, but it's fucking dumb.
This is still vague.
I don't even know. I don't know if they dated or if they like
No one says
went
anything.
steady. They did nothing happened. Like I don't know.
All that I know is he wants it, He wants that ass.
He does want that. He wants that ass bad.
Whether or not he's had that ass is a fucking mystery in this movie.
So, Ray Liotta goes back to the office, and apparently, like these Secret Service guys show up, and they're telling the sheriff's office that the president is coming.
So
like a little rat. He's driving through because he wants some R&R at a lodge, but suddenly is right through where they have to go.
yeah, and suddenly his name of the town.
So they're gonna like
They're gonna like shut down the street
do
and
a little convoy, and like they're gonna have this like speech and everything, and then he's gonna go on his way.
yeah.
So anyway, like really, I guess they mentioned something about the mayor, and they're like, "Well, that's not my jurisdiction." It's like, okay, but like, shouldn't you talk to the
No,
mayor
yeah, because
too?
he like asked him like, well, have you talked to the mayor? He's like, we don't do that.
It's like, okay, wait a minute. So you wouldn't tell the mayor, who could inform the entire town,
But you tell the cop.
the drunk cop, and the fucking sheriff that have almost nothing to, they only have to do with the fucking force there. So anyway, they start setting up a checkpoint. Ray Liotta has to go close a barber shop, which is magically run by the guy that he got a fight with at the bar.
And the guy won't close. So Ray Liotta knocks him the fuck out and breaks his nose and arrests him.
Now,
In the meantime,
no, the next scene I want to talk about though is like in between where he's talking to the guy that he just punched, and then he goes back to his desk and he does what I was going to do the entire rest
you
of this
were doing?
movie. Yes. Ray Liotta just takes like 3 huge swigs of a goddamn flask and just drinks himself silly.
that's the realization that you're in an Uwe Boll movie.
I was making the joke that they just got B-roll of Ray Liotta like between scenes, like
Just being like, why am I doing
sitting
this?
at the disc and just like, oh god, I can't believe I'm doing this again. I can't believe it.
He fucking boomed me again.
You boomed me. What was he in Blood Rain, right?
No, in the name of the king.
Oh fuck yeah.
He spent the whole time in like a vortex,
yeah.
remember?
Oh yeah, right. He looked like Liberace. I forgot. Yeah, that's right.
Stupid. Fucking stupid.
So now some Secret Service members go to the house where the mom is, the son, and the grandpa.
But the son, oh yeah, the son's home.
Yeah.
And
So
they're like, we're setting up a checkpoint here because stuff.
So they start setting up some
'Cause-
high-tech stuff.
Because, well, as we are shown in a bad Photoshop, the house magically overlooks the whole city.
But even when they show it, it's fucking far away.
But here's the thing, it doesn't. Because when we actually see the house, it's just like flat.
Yeah.
It's just in some woods, flat. There's no
there's
hill,
no hill or
nothing.
anything like that.
But whatever.
So anyway, the agents come in, they start setting everything up, and then...
And everything's kind of weird, like they're just acting.
Well, yeah, they're being, like, kind of forceful, and they're like, well, we don't care, like, whatever, we're gonna do this, like, we're gonna use your house. And they won't let the people go anywhere.
Yeah.
And they're making sure, conveniently, they're making sure that they have no other plans that day, like, no one's going to miss them.
Another thing I do want to mention, because this is it's one of those holes. The power's out at the house.
Yes.
Because the grandpa was fiddling around with something and knocked out the power. So the Secret Service men are setting some, like, the computers up.
Well, remember, she also called it, like, an electrician, which comes into play later, but, like, she called him to come check it out, and
fix the power.
he said he would come there, but it takes him, like, the whole fucking movie to get there.
Yeah, it's like nighttime by the time he actually gets around to it.
Yeah, it's like... But, so anyway...
They're plugging these things in, and, like, they're like, oh, like, why aren't they turning on? They're like, oh, the power's out. And they're like, well, it better get on soon.
Well,
So you're led to believe that, there's something important.
Well, what's weird is these are, like, professionals, right? Or so we're led to believe that these guys are professionals. Wouldn't one of them at least know how to turn the power back on or have, like, a backup generator?
No.
Because if they were gonna do this, like their plan is to assassinate the president.
Yes.
You think they would want no kinks in the plan?
Well, here's the thing. As soon as these idiots show up on screen, you know something's up. Because there's one guy who does all the talking, and one guy in the back who just wanders around looking constipated.
He's a fucking Terminator.
And then you're just like, okay, these are the bad guys.
He has no emotion, and you instantly know.
Like, they're the bad guys.
So they entrap the family downstairs because they finally pull out the guns and we finally, oh, surprise,
Shocking, yeah.
surprise, they're the fucking bad guys. So then more agents show up. These are the good agents, I guess, and
They're gonna investigate.
they're gonna investigate. So they knock on the door and they send the old guy up, right? But they have the wife. They have the
So here's
wife
the
and they have the girl and the son at gunpoint, and they send the old guy up, but they don't go with him.
No, so here's what happens. The old guy answers the door. The bad guys are downstairs,
In
away.
a completely different room.
And they tell the old guy, like, don't do anything, and blah, 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 we'll kill the family. So, they don't see him. He could just, like, mouth to them, like, help.
Or write on a piece of paper, be like, my family's entrapped downstairs, please help.
Yeah, like, anything, but no.
No, the guy just, like, sits there and just, like, complies with every fucking thing the people in a separate room are telling them.
Yeah.
A completely... That's not real life, I'm sorry.
Not.
Anyone would warn the fucking, like, he had, like, all the opportunity. This is, like, a minute-long scene of this agent just going through his house.
Yeah.
One of them even goes downstairs... And they just go through his house, say everything's fine, and they go on their merry way, and the old guy does absolute jack shit to help the family.
Nothing.
He doesn't do anything. It's like no heroism whatsoever. This guy can't have it.
Well, he finds later, he does find a little saw.
Yes, so now, and then more agents show up, and I'm like, look, they're the bad guys. And of course, it's the rest of the crew, the one guy remaining.
Yeah. And
so now we have 3 bad guys and like the 3 people in the house.
what was I? Oh yeah, one of the guys, the fucking silent, constipated idiot.
Oh yeah, this is where it
Baron.
goes upstairs.
He goes upstairs and like the wife, the mom, she had like she has like a little shrine. Her husband like died in the war.
Right,
So he goes up there and fondles every fucking object.
Like, he fondles like the Medal of Honor, and he fondles like the fucking folded flag.
That's the last thing. He fondles his photos, but the most important thing is he spends like 5 minutes just petting the folded flag.
Well, so I guess the most important takeaway is he finds a picture of Ray Liotta and this guy together.
Yeah.
So they were obviously in the war together. So
Yeah.
something happened between them because he's not in the picture, like, because the guy obviously isn't still alive.
Yeah.
So something happened between Ray Liotta and him in the war, which caused tension between the woman and Ray Liotta's character,
Or did it?
who I can't remember the name of. So I'm just gonna
Todd.
I'm gonna call him fucking Ray Liotta. Is it Todd?
It is Todd, and here's the kicker. It's Todd with 1 D. Todd.
Todd.
Toad. It's Toad.
So after funneling all that, we go back to the police station, and
My favorite.
the sheriff calls Ray Liotta in. And he's like, "We need to talk." He's like leaning back. He looks like he's just like lounging in this like chair,
We need to talk. And
And
then he
so-
walks in, and then the next shot is just the sheriff with,
holding the flask.
and he basically tells him like you're not fired, but give me your gun.
So they have that confrontation. Todd goes and tells one of the officers to go check on the woman and the son.
Yeah.
And so he's like, okay, I will. And they, this is where they keep setting up the security checkpoint for the president, because that's all this movie's about. Nothing else.
Nothing else.
So the only important thing that happens is the cop goes up to the house. Because, like, literally every time it shows the town, they're just setting up for shit.
They're
They're
just
just talking about security checkpoints.
Also, every time you see the sheriff, he's walking out of the sheriff station.
Well, it's weird because all they do is talk about security checkpoints. It's like they didn't have anything else interesting to write about in this fucking movie.
No.
That's all they talk about. Is like, we need to do this. Oh, go shut down this street. Okay, go do this. It's like, okay, yeah, we get it, but this is a movie. This is boring.
Yeah, like you could have cut.
Like, in a movie, you're supposed to do more shit than just talk about security checkpoints.
You could have cut like 20 minutes out of this.
So
And saved us some fucking time.
So the cop goes and he checks on the wife, and so the bad guys send out the wife, and
They talk, and like everything's fine, but when he's leaving, she's like, "Hey, by the way, tell Todd I had a great time last night.
Yeah,
like,
there's
okay.
the tell. Finally, someone smarts up and was like, "Hey, this is like something's wrong is going on."
Also, I forgot to say, but before this scene, um, they were like using this like little saw
Oh, to try and saw it out. And
to
then,
try to, because the basement window where they're locked in has like iron bars, so they're trying to saw through them, but they get caught.
they get caught. He breaks the saw. That's about it. So now we get a scene where the grandpa is trying to soothe the kid because they tried to saw through the thing. The saw's broken. So the grandpa's trying to give the son a little hope. And he's telling the story about how the grandpa just waited. Like, all this grandpa does is sit, like, it's the story about how they were going to the grandma's house and he fucking got stuck in the snow, so they just waited and
Will.
waited.
This is the Hallmark moment, okay? This is the Hallmark Channel, Lifetime Channel
But
moment.
all he's telling the poor ass kid is if we wait it out,
It'll be fine.
things will be fine. Even though we're being held at gunpoint and these people clearly are going to kill us after they leave.
It's gonna be fine, Will.
It's going to be fine if we just wait around and do nothing.
The
What a
fucking-
motivational speech. Just wait around and do
wait.
goddamn nothing.
It's gonna be fine.
Don't be a fucking hero. Just wait.
Don't you dare. The fucking cop, like, finds Ray Liotta and tells him, like, yeah, she said, thanks for the good time.
He's like, what? Wait, nothing happened.
So he's
And
weirded out.
So then he decides he's going to go up there.
I also just want to say that the whole subplot about the fucking idiot at the bar, who's the barber, who gets arrested, goes fucking nowhere.
Forget about it. He's still just in the jail cell. It doesn't. They
goes-
literally don't resolve anything.
Nowhere.
Like most of this movie.
Oh, they don't resolve anything.
Yeah, I know.
Whoa.
Wow, what a concept. I know. It's
Fucking
like,
wild.
It's like they're going to continue that trend.
It's like that's gonna be the movie. And he tells them, but he's suspicious, so he goes up to check.
Yeah, so he goes up and he talks to one of the agent guys. And he's
And
just
he's like, yeah, she's not here.
Well, because he says that the kid ran away. And
So she ran after him.
and, yeah.
And then he's like, oh, by the way, don't try calling her. She wanted me to tell you that her cell phone died.
Yo, that's really believable.
So he's like, okay, thank you.
So he like starts walking around the premises a little bit, and she's like, okay, I got a plan. And so the woman picks up a big board
And breaks
and breaks
open
the
the
window and yells his name. And so the agents come down, and they kind of like they kind of like lightly grab the grandpa. And
I
she's
do
like,
want to mention, though.
she's like, wait, he has a heart condition.
I do want to mention, though. When they're grabbing them, the guy who's grabbing them, it's like a very obvious ADR of just him going like, get away from the window.
Oh yeah.
Very intense. But yeah, they like lightly grab him and he just starts like
He like,
seizing.
starts seizing and having a heart attack.
And one of the guys tries saving him, but no hope. He's dead.
But don't worry.
Or is he, Will?
Don't worry. He's very much alive because he's very much breathing.
Because we see multiple shots of
He's
his
just
stomach
breathing.
up, down. Like,
They couldn't have just like filmed like upper torso or something that doesn't show his full stomach going up and down.
Will, how many movies have you watched in your lifetime?
So many.
Hundreds, thousands, like,
Probably maybe not thousands, but definitely
Hundreds?
close. Yeah.
like
So many movies.
all the movies you watched, Will,
Even bad movies.
all of them do it. All of them have dead bodies in them.
Yeah.
How many of them do you see this? It's not common at all.
Very seldom. That's why it's funny when it
even
happens.
even on this podcast,
I know.
most directors know how to
Even
do this.
movies we hate, we don't see
Yeah.
people breathing. I don't know if it's because of the film quality, but like, seriously, like, you don't see it that often. That's why when it happens, you notice it more.
Because not just the grandpa breathing. What about the fucking idiot blinking in the beginning of the movie? Like,
I know. Like they couldn't. There's ways around it.
yeah.
Or here's a big concept. Okay.
Oh, I want to know this one, Will. I want to know.
I know this is gonna shock you. Okay. Are you ready for
This
this?
could be a hot take.
This is gonna be a hot take. Have your actor
Act.
hold his breath
Whoa.
and then film until he starts breathing, and then just cut out the part where he starts breathing.
Yeah.
I know that's a hard concept for Uwe Boll to like wrap his head around, but you don't have to continuously film your actor laying on the ground breathing.
Yeah, or film torso up, or when they die laying on their stomach.
But we've learned before that Uwe Boll does not know how this trick because
No.
even in Alone in the Dark, he waited until the fucking actor got up
And it's in the movie.
to cut the fucking thing.
And that was Uwe Boll with a budget, Will.
Yeah.
Imagine. This is him with no money.
I know. He had enough money to pay the Ray Liotta, I guess, but
This is fucking embarrassing. Because, okay, they start chasing Ray Liotta.
so then he like goes into the garage and one of the agents starts following him. They have a tussle, but it's clearly fucking a stuntman.
It's not as bad as the fight in the grass, though. Because Ray Liotta leaves the garage and goes back to the house.
Yeah, and the agent like
And
he like tussles with the agent, but like it's a guy in a fucking gray wig that doesn't look anything like Ray Liotta's wig.
No, it's just two
It even
stuntmen.
shows close-ups of them, and it doesn't
his
look
face.
anything like fucking either of the actors.
You see their faces.
Yes.
Like, come on. Come on.
If you're gonna use stuntmen, film at an angle that doesn't show their fucking face.
Yeah, like,
You fucking idiot. You
No.
fucking mongoloid
he
idiot.
couldn't do it, Will.
He couldn't fucking do it. He clearly
We had to see their face.
And it was a bad wig. I mean, bad. It looks so fucking terrible. It looks so fucking
Dude,
stupid.
It's like gray Elvis hair.
Yeah.
Is what he had.
It's definitely not like Ray Liotta's hair at all. It's like shaggy, like fucking.
It's embarrassing.
It's so stupid.
But it's in there. And then they catch him. And this is.
Do we have to go over everything that like happens here? They
No.
tie him up to a fucking radiator.
All I'm going to mention is we get the fucking Uwe Boll soapbox, which we've already gotten before in the movie. I didn't bother mentioning because
It's
I
all
didn't care.
political, like.
Because it's like vaguely, because the whole time I'm sure you're wondering.
And you're on the edge of your seat wondering this.
Why the fuck are these guys trying to kill the president?
Yes.
Because there's some sort of secret organization that they work for, and they want to fix America somehow. I don't know. And they're all like former veterans, I guess. And he starts talking to Ray Liotta like, what did you fight for? What was the war for? And he's like, well, we defeated terrorism. He's like, you defeated nothing. People died for nothing, but we'll fix, like... And then he says, like...
It's all this fucking political drama bullshit going
Which Uwe
on.
Boll, you know...
You missed the fucking mark.
I don't think it's a hot take to say that some people really shouldn't get on a soapbox.
Well, and I don't get what his point was.
Yeah, because
That's
like,
the thing. It's like you
am I
get-
supposed to sympathize with the bad guys? Because immediately after the soapbox, he's like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna rape her in front of you. It's like, okay.
Well, it's like I don't even know if we're supposed to sympathize with Ray Liotta's character because he's fucked up.
Yeah, like
we've had no connection with any character from this point on.
I do remember your theory though. There's just a Uwe Boll hates women.
Well, because the whole movie, like, they keep making, like, derogatory statements towards women. Even Ray Liotta says something about, like, women are just... Oh, the reason he's drinking is because of, like, his, like, relationship with her. And, like, they make all these jokes and shit. I mean, it only happens a few times, but it seriously just... It's like Uwe Boll gets on his political soapbox, and you don't know what you're supposed to fucking...
Yeah, like, what am I supposed to feel?
What's the takeaway?
What am I supposed to feel?
It's like, okay, obviously, because when they show the president, it's he's a black male, and are we supposed to think that like Uwe Boll like is supporting?
Dude, I don't know.
Obama, not supporting.
Well, here's
I
the
have
thing.
No
Well,
idea.
I know we're gonna find out more about this mongoloid's brain dead, edgy 12-year-old
From Rampage shit.
from the Rampage sequels. It's just with this one, I don't know. Like, what is my takeaway?
I don't know who we're supposed to side with.
Like, am I supposed to care about the bad guys? Because here's the thing, what I told you, that's as much as you get. I don't know what their goal is.
Dude, I don't give a fuck about any character in this. There's no character development whatsoever. Yeah. Like, Ray Liotta is just a drunk asshole the entire time.
Because here's the single fucking revelation that happens. Is Ray Liotta, during the heat of battle, shot the husband.
So a grenade went off, and he fired in the direction that he thought the grenade went off, and shot the husband, and didn't tell the wife about it. So we're led to believe that is why he has a drinking problem, and why his relationship with her is not so great, because he doesn't have the strength to tell her. Now
and that's like the big revelation.
That could have been a great moment at like the end or something.
No.
You know, at the very end, and then there's a good resolution. But no
Resolution.
Again.
What you talking about, boy?
We are dealing with a man who does not understand movies or film or anything that has to do with movies or film.
There is no resolution. Like, this scene happens and it's dropped like a hot potato.
And it goes nowhere. So anyway, okay. So now the two guys, they're going to go up and they're going to shoot fucking the president. And then one of the guys is having like second thoughts because he doesn't want to kill the girl or the son or anything like that. And so they go upstairs and he's confronting the Terminator guy, the constipated Terminator, and he's like, this isn't gonna end the way you think, and then he pulls out a gun, and then the guy kills him.
And he goes up to his fucking baby window,
and he's getting ready, and so we should mention also, I think this is around the point the son gets out. The
son escapes. Yeah.
He goes through the woods and he goes on the road, and there's another guy chasing him, and so they. Oh, this is all before this. Sorry,
It's so exciting you forgot to mention.
I'm sorry. We forgot to mention this whole subplot because it's stupid and doesn't go anywhere.
It's really not.
So the son goes, he finds the electrician, he tells them they're invading, the electrician doesn't believe him, the fucking guy, the agent comes, he holds them at gunpoint, they go back to the house. Sorry, I'm rushing through this, but I don't really care.
But, okay, the electrician starts fixing the electricity, and then he's like, hey, you, hold this. And the guy holds the screwdriver, and the electrician turns the electricity on, and it shocks him to death.
This is the only semi
clever thing.
Clever. And I say semi because it's not that clever, but he shocks the guy, and then that other agent dies by trying to betray the
and then it's just
Terminator guy.
Fucking Stoneface sitting at the window.
He loads the rifle like 5 goddamn times in his separate scenes. And then Ray Liotta's character, so the electrician cuts them both free, and Ray Liotta Todd goes up and attacks the guy.
And then
they
he shoots, he misses the president, but he hits his shoulder.
And the convoy drives away, and they have a struggle. The guy almost stabs him, and then he gets shot
by the kid.
And
then Ray Liotta picks up a phone, which just says this number has been disconnected. And it's the organization that's been texting him.
Mm-hmm. On a burner phone.
And Ray Liotta walks downstairs. We get a news story about how the president's fine. End.
That's how they ended it. Okay, so my question is, why even build up to this whole plot about Ray Liotta having this dark past and this dark secret that he's holding in, and then they finally reveal it, and then there's no resolution whatsoever to any of these characters. You don't get a resolution for the wife that just figured out that the guy she's potentially been seeing killed her fucking husband. You don't get the fucking son who just killed a fucking guy. You don't get resolution for Ray Liotta, who has a major drinking problem and is probably going to have more of a drinking problem after all this. The sheriff doesn't know anything. The deputy doesn't know anything. And there's no news reports on who the organization are. They just say there's no ties to terrorists or
any
incel or whatever. It's stupid. No one makes a movie that has no resolution.
Are you joking?
It's they just fucking he was just yeah, I'm done. And they're like, are you sure? There's a whole different.
Well, here's the thing. You can make the artistic choice to make a movie where oh, it's up to your interpretation. But, Akira Kurosawa can do it. Fine. But, Uwe Boll, my boy, you cannot do it.
Well, up to your interpretation, we need at least something to go off of. Maybe at least a little bit of, where these people ended up. Maybe.
Or a hint of, Who are they working for? I don't know.
Or if you want to leave it up to your interpretation, just instead of Ray Liotta apologizing a million times on a radiator while they're tied up,
Yeah,
which I guess is
that's enough.
That's his idea of resolution. Maybe have them embracing the kid at the end, and then do the newsreel.
No, he just goes downstairs and that's it.
All you needed was like 30 seconds more
No, they couldn't do it.
of like the woman saying like, "Well, I think it's gonna be okay," and then them embracing, and then whatever. But no, he couldn't even do that. And that's the easy route. You could have done hard route. You could have done anything. Anything from what we got would have been better.
Here's the thing. Here's what you do, right? You reveal that thing early on, like middle of the movie. They're all tied up, and then the bad guys reveal. They make Ray Liotta tell them that, like, yeah, I killed your husband, and then you spend like the rest of the movie with the wife, the woman, not really trusting him anymore. Where it's like the bad guys are now playing the hostages like against each other. That like ruined it. Like a movie, Will.
Or here's a concept. Make Stoneface McGee one of the war buddies that he forgot in the war because he's so fucked up from the war and like drinking and everything that he didn't remember.
He's got like PTSD or something.
That guy wasn't there. And so that guy is like, I know you killed your partner.
Yeah.
And then makes him confess in front of the woman as like punishment. And then, there's that big conflict. And then at the end, they have to resolve whether to kill this guy or like, and then he gives this huge thing about why they're killing the president. And then they decide to kill him right before he kills the president. Something like that. Something to build tension. But no, there's no tension here. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
It's just dumb. It's brain dead. This is a brain dead movie made by a brain dead pawn scum that like fucking tries to make movies and makes like the worst shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, like it's like he got all of his fucking money and precious toys taken away. So now he thinks he's like a fucking genius.
You know what it is? It's just lazy.
Yeah.
It's just lazy filmmaking. Like that you can tell there's no passion in these movies.
No.
And that's the problem. There's no like passion to like be better. Like,
see, the funny thing is, if you listen to this idiot's interviews, he is convinced that he's got all the passion. That all these other guys, all these other directors, they're just sellouts. He's the real artiste, Will.
You're gonna sit there and tell me that Martin Scorsese has no passion whatsoever for movies?
Yeah, no other director on the planet has passion other than Uwe.
Like, I don't get it. Like, how does he? How as a director do you look at these films and be like, yeah, you know what? We put a lot of work into this. I think it looks great. Let's get it out there. How does anyone on that crew not be like, this is a piece of shit. We should really do some reshoots and like, try and make a more coherent story. Because it's just convoluted and stupid. It just abruptly ends too. Like it's like he had no idea how to end it, even though the original movie has a fucking ending. It's not like it didn't fucking end.
Well, get yourself a copy of the DSM-5 or whatever it is that psychiatrists use.
Yeah.
And look up delusion, like narcissism. Look up all those things, and please tell me if you can apply that to what you see here.
Well, the idea of delusions of grandeur comes up, like because he has this huge idea that he's going to be this big, like super popular filmmaker.
Oh no, it's not that. See, here's the thing. I don't think he thinks he's going to be popular. I think he thinks that he's too good.
Yes.
That like the reason all these other directors are popular and mainstream is because they're just shit, right?
Yeah, and he makes the really good movies, but no one understands
the masses. Like we're just too stupid to understand.
Yeah.
See,
like you have to understand his movies, even though they're brain dead as shit.
Like there's nothing to understand. I mean,
they belong in a fucking landfill. Like, God, and then we have 3 more of these pieces.
We have
shit.
3 more. We have another Dungeons in the Name of the King movie that I fucking forgot about. I can't believe I forgot.
Yeah, so that was Suddenly. I have nothing else to say, to be honest. You've heard us complain to no end about Uwe Boll. And, yeah, just go listen to our other episodes because you know he's a piece of shit. And, like, you should know now. If you've watched any of these movies, then you fucking clearly have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you do watch these movies, what the fuck are you doing? Go watch it. Go watch anything else, okay? Go watch the original Suddenly. It's way better, and it's on Amazon Prime. Like,
That's the funny thing. You can go watch that, and then just if you want it shits and giggles, if for some reason you get desperate, you can try watching the remake.
I challenge anyone who's up for it. Go watch the original Suddenly, and then watch the remake. And then try not to cringe at how badly Uwe Boll failed at this remake.
Or just go watch Manchurian Candidate. Like,
just go watch any other Frank Sinatra movie.
go watch Paint Dry.
Yeah, I don't know. Go watch Flies Fuck. I don't care.
Anything. Watch
Just don't
watch golf on television.
Just don't watch this.
Yeah.
Or watch it right after we watch Suddenly to compare them and
Or-
laugh at how bad that is.
Or this Sunday at noon Mountain Time.
You do.
You
have
do
stay
want
on, You do
to-
have to stay on this schedule, okay? We're holding you to it. I mean, there's not going to be any serious repercussions because we can't actually punish any of you because we don't know. Okay, yeah, you're right. But anyway, so you should go to our YouTube page. That's They Mostly Come Out at Night podcast.
Just look it up. Just fucking look it up.
It's right there. We have our
It's right there.
logo.
We're the only
Yeah.
ones, so it's fine.
Get us to 50 subscribers. That'd be cool.
We're almost there.
We're almost there. I mean, it's not a huge milestone, but it's a milestone
will
for
be.
us, okay?
It fucking will be.
Go there. Go into our page. There's a little thing that says subscribe on there.
And hit that.
Just go ahead and hit that subscribe. And then if you want...
If you want to be really extra.
If you want to be really cool, if you want to be like the coolest person in the room, go ahead
If you want to have the biggest dick in the fucking
It's
room.
real big dick energy to press that bell so you get notified when we go live.
On Sunday.
We will be live streaming Sunday, 6 hours.
Our usual.
We'll have our little mukbang in the middle of it, whenever we get hungry.
As soon as our stomachs are filled with beer and are like, hey, you need some solids.
We have plenty of shit to bring you too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit on Steam that we can go through. So
There's no shortage.
there's too much.
There is actually too much.
So come watch us play shitty video games. Come hang out, comment. We do respond if you comment.
Yeah.
We do try and really be engaging.
We'll respond.
So
Unlike Uwe Boll, we won't tell you to eat a dick. If you give us nice comments.
no, I mean if you give us mean comments, we might tell you to eat a dick.
Oh no, if you give a mean comment, I will tell you to eat a dick.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. But yeah, come hang out. I don't know, just that'd be really cool of you.
What else you gotta do?
Definitely not watch Uwe Boll films.
No, instead of watching Suddenly, just watch us.
Yes. So this Sunday,
It's Sunday.
around 12. We don't always get right to it at 12.
It's close.
But around 12. Yeah, just
Be there.
come be a cool guy or girl, okay? Just come be a cool fucking person.
Just be a cool fucking human.
Whatever you choose to be, just be a cool fucking person and just come hang out with two fucking huge movie nerds that like to fucking play terrible video games.
Like to.
Well,
It's not that we like to, it's that we choose.
I mean, it is kind of fun. But the
can be.
games aren't fun.
It can be.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get. I mean, when they crashes, it's not fun, which happens a lot.
And then sometimes we get shoot 'em ups with cucumbers.
Oh God. My brain still
Where you
does
can
not.
shoot through the walls. Yeah. But anyway, so this Sunday, 12. Be there or, don't be. I'm not really going to get mad at you if you're not. But anyway,
You'll appreciate it if you be there.
for this episode, though, that was Suddenly. This has been Will.
And this has been Alex.
And we will talk to you all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Fuck you, Uwe Boll.